Coming up live on LiveWire, we've got a great show for you today. Stay tuned, sit down, get a piece of paper and a pencil, because there's some great events that you can attend. The Safari on the River, which is a fundraiser for Africa Services. And we're going to talk to Pat Cole, who's on their board of directors. And then we are going to go talk to the Perry family, or I like to say, chalk it up, because it's a wonderful event. It's happened here years and years on end, and everybody goes, and you should too. So stay tuned for LiveWire right after this. It's called the AfricaHopeFund.org, and you can go to the website and see what event that's coming up. It's a fundraiser, and with me in the studio, sitting right across from me, there she is. It's Pat Cole, who's one of the board members of this fundraiser. And the fundraiser raises funds for what?
Wildlife conservation and education in Zambia.
In Zambia, yeah. And I was looking at the notes earlier before we were speaking, and it does a number of things, because there's a lot of things that happen in Zambia in terms of poaching,
right.
And animals that are endangered being endangered.
Right.
And also people taking food out of the jungle area when they shouldn't, because it's against the law.
Right.
Yeah, poaching.
Right. Poaching in the national park is against the law.
Yep,
right.
It is. Yeah. So we all know about elephant ivory and rhino tusks and things like that. But this is a kind of a new approach you're kind of supporting.
The organization, one of the key ones that we'll see at our fundraiser on Sunday. Rachel McCobb, who's the CEO of Conservation South Luangwa, is going to be there with detection dogs that we have helped fund, which catch contraband and poachers in the bush. So that's one aspect of in protecting our wildlife, is to get scouts out there in the bush for miles and miles and miles and find contraband, find snares, and find poachers.
Wow. And then there's the other side of the coin, the services to young people to understand that a law is a law, and if you know somebody do it, tell us now. Oh.
That's true. The Conservation South Luangwa Scouts have a really great relationship with the community. They live in the community too, so it helps. So they get a lot of reports from people when something's not right, and they can follow up on it. And they help the children understand that they're on their side and they're not to be feared. And they also do education, and Africa Hope Fund feels very strongly that the young people in that area today need to value their inheritance, which is the wildlife. And they don't live lives where they get a chance to do that. So through other organizations, which we help with, like school, Yoba School, where we built classrooms and where I've taught under a tree, and Chip and Belly Wildlife Education Trust, which teaches them all about wildlife conservation. Those will teach those young people to grow up and value all that wildlife and protect it.
That's very important, I think. And so we can actually help do that all the way from here.
Yes.
By doing what?
By coming to our website and coming to our function this Sunday, our fundraiser. It's a big, every other year we do this great big one, which is huge because we feed this year about 300 people with an amazing African food. And we will have a marketplace where board members, including myself, have brought articles back from Zambia that you won't find in Cost Plus or online anywhere. These are all things that are handmade in the village that we've picked out or worked with.
Very important. Okay, yes.
Yeah, and art by the students, photographs they've taken, art that they've painted. It's just amazing. So there's a marketplace, and then there's hors d'oeuvres and wine and socializing and running into a lot of friends with the African music in the background of the incredible dinner, and then there will be a live auction with some huge, amazing opportunities for people to go on safari, a trip
real
to
safari
Scotland,
out
real
in the bush.
safari, go to Scotland, a flight over San Francisco, all kinds of great opportunities. All that money goes to nonprofits that are already existing over there that we can help. We don't need to do the work for them, we just need to help fund the things that they do so well.
How are we doing over there? Is it a big job?
It's a huge job, yeah. It gets harder. Just when we think we've figured out what to do, the other side comes up with another thing. For example, poaching elephants there were some things they were doing to poach elephants, and then this summer someone decided to poison an elephant by using a poisoned pumpkin, which killed the elephant and nearly took out a pride of lions, which was feasting on the remains of the elephant. Conservation South Luangwa got to take their vets out there and treated all of the other animals and saved all but one lion from certain death, and burned the carcass and cleaned it all up so that nothing else out there would die.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's a fight to make.
It's a fight by minute, right? But they're doing right now. The elephant population in the South Luangwa Park is holding its own, which is pretty amazing.
And the laws out there, are they permissive or are they powerfully strong?
The laws are strict, and Zambian government really wants to protect its wildlife because tourism is a big part of what keeps Zambia going. But they are a struggling economy, and they can't always fund the kind of law enforcement efforts we'd like to see.
Yeah, so that also feeds the efforts of people who want to go around the law.
Well, and the bad guys, the people who are really making the money, the middlemen who pay some poor farmer who is maybe, yes, he's not making much money because he can't hunt and he's trying to raise a family. They'll pay him maybe a year's worth of a salary, which is say $500. And he puts his life on the line, and he puts his, jail, a heavy jail sentence on the line.
Family on the line.
And he gets maybe $500 if he doesn't get caught or killed, and the other guy makes a fortune.
Yeah. Okay, 'twas ever thus. We were just
Yeah.
talking about that in fights and political fights and things like that.
Right.
It's the very same kind of process. So these detection dogs are interesting. Are they something of the future?
Absolutely. We started out with a few, and we have a couple more now, and it's Working Dogs for Conservation, which is based in Montana. And they take in dogs that need homes, that have the right characteristics, and they train them. And then they come over and live with them for quite a while in Zambia and train a handler who lives with that dog 24 hours a day. And so they're just like one, the dog and the trainer, and they're catching poachers in all kinds of ways that are keeping us up, even with them.
Great. Okay, we have some slides. I'm not sure whether or not their slides are from Zambia or the last fundraiser.
Oh, okay.
So let's have a look at the slides, and you can be the narrator.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah. Here we go. These are slides from the organization.
We are sold out this year. 300 people here for a full sit-down dinner and the music and the dancing and so forth. They come here because they know the work that Carol and I do. So many people now have gone over with us in the last 10 years, so they've seen our projects and they know what happens with that money that we raise.
I've been to Zambia twice. I went for the first time in the summer of 2015. I was there in June and July, and then this summer I was there in June, July, and August. Africa Hope Fund is an amazing presence in the village of Mfui. It's a very local effort.
We feel that it is very important to educate the young people as to why they want to preserve their own natural resources and wildlife. One of our most successful programs is the detection dog program. So this year we have decided that that will be a continuing project for us.
The dogs have been trained to detect ivory, bushmeat, firearms, ammunition, leopard skins, pangolins, things like that. And they've made a huge impact in the very short time we've had them in reducing wildlife trafficking and hopefully deterring some of the poachers.
These dogs are expensive, so on our own we cannot keep them. So we need a lot of support for monitoring them, health-wise, for training them every day.
There are so many people that have never been to Africa, and there are so many local causes to support, but we have gotten an unbelievable amount of support from the community.
You know, when you support Africa Hope Fund, you're making a difference for the wildlife, the people that live there, the students that are being educated there, and you really can see the difference that you're making up close and personal.
Okay, well, that was a really interesting film, and it looks like it might be a great event.
It will be.
Okay.
I appreciate the time.
Good, good. Okay, well, I just want to ask about the sponsorships for children to attend these other things that we missed.
Yes.
Building 6 new classrooms and a library.
Right. And so the original classes were under a tree.
Oh.
And then they moved up to 300 and something students, and because we built more classrooms, more have come, and now we're up to 930 students.
930 students.
And
wow.
a huge library that is open to the public.
This
So
is great. And this valley, Luanga
Yes.
Valley, it's in central Zambia?
Sort of more northeastern. Mm-hmm.
I see. Okay, well, the Safari on the River is on August the 26th. It's between 4:30 and 8:30 p.m. And you can jump on just
Hopefund.org.
and you'll move around in there and you'll find a safari on
You
the
bet.
river. And then you can get tickets there, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, thanks so much for coming to talk to us, and I wish you well. Please give Carol our support.
I
and
will.
A Heidi hi.
Okie doke.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, well, we're going to take a pause for the cause right now, a short break, and then we're going to be back talking with folks from Chalk It Up. If you don't know what that is, sit back and get your pencil out, because we'll have a short quiz after the talk we have. All right, here we go.
Every year, tens of thousands of young people experience homelessness. If you or someone you know needs help, 1-800-RUNAWAY can provide support and connect you to the right resources. Together, we can end youth homelessness.
So there you are. It's flu season, and you're over 65 like me. You might be forgetting something serious. Your annual flu shot.
The flu can be life-threatening, especially if you have chronic conditions like diabetes and heart disease, which can worsen with the flu.
The immune system weakens with age. Ask about a flu vaccine option made specifically for us. Visit ncoa.org/flu to learn more and talk to your doctor about vaccine options for people 65 and older.
There's a quiet battle happening on our streets. Pedestrians are acting indestructible. And drivers act like they own the road. They're both wrong. Be aware, be alert. Pedestrians don't have armor. A message from the California Office of Traffic Safety.
Here they have a great logo. Look at that one. There was good. It's the Chalk It Up Art and Music Festival. It used to be called Chalk It Up. You could call it Chalk It Up. But Mary Westmark and Eli Perry, you guys are representatives of the board and what's going to happen.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Good,
great.
good. Well, then why don't I shut up? You take it over.
And let us do the talking.
So
yeah.
you're also a muralist, aren't you?
Yes,
So you
that's
can
right.
talk about your what you think.
Yes, it's amazing.
How do you get the artists to do it? And maybe we should just tell it what it is first,
It's
because some
just
people
pure
may-
passion, yeah. So Chalk It Up is an annual arts and music festival that we provide for the community each year. And we have local artists come out and volunteer their time to create beautiful art on the sidewalk, basically chalk murals, vertical murals.
Sidewalk, in front of my house?
Around, no, it's at Fremont Park.
Dang.
On the corner of 16th and P every Labor Day weekend. So it will be starting on September 1st and ending on September 3rd. And it's a great event, free event, wonderful for families. We'll have lots of activities out there for children to create art, free squares for them to color, as well as the beautiful artwork all the way around the perimeter of the park.
Stop now. I'm an unbiased opinion, right? Because you haven't paid me anything.
Right.
And so I can tell you that I've been to this event many times, and I go there because I want to, because it's fun. You can go on one of the first mornings and see the artists preparing and getting ready and getting their chalk lined up and maybe drawing, kind of like something that looks like you don't know what it's going to be. And then come the next day and you see this absolutely gorgeous piece of art. You want to get out your saw, your cement saw, and take it out.
It's almost a shame that they have to go away, but...
Well, I always thought, well, maybe they should develop some kind of like slate thing that goes across.
Well, now we have developed a system of sort of memorializing the squares. We are working with a glissé wholesale company to actually, throughout the year, on their website, you can go and basically print any of the square art that the artist has given permission to do so, and then
somebody thought that up. Wow,
yeah.
It's really cool because like you can get it printed on like canvas or metal. It's really cool.
It's good. Yeah. And Eli, you kind of look like you music kind of guy.
Yeah, I've been working kind of behind behind my dad, who's been doing the music for Chalk It Up.
Oh yes.
But he's not doing it this year, so I am.
So good.
Yeah.
Good.
We've got, I don't know, around 30 bands, I think.
30 bands?
Yeah, I talked to all of them personally.
And it's a free event?
Yeah.
Wow.
3 days.
That's right.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating. And so, and as I know from Jerry Perry, who is a very wonderful and articulate guy on music, and he scouts these bands and knows the bands and knows about the bands and listens to their music and helps choose the music. And every year it tends to be really great. You get to go, and that's a good reason for going actually twice. Actually, you can go.
Definitely.
You could go there.
Yeah.
The great local music.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
Each
great.
day has like 10 different bands, so.
Yeah. It's a great sample of what we have out there.
It is. And then to top it off, you get hungry there, right?
You get hungry
after
while
walking
you're there.
around and looking at the art for about 2 or 3 hours, and you're only halfway around the block. Something speaks to you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And so there are these trucks that they have. They bring in that something that speaks to you.
Yeah.
We've got I don't know, how many food trucks do you think?
Oh goodness.
It's quite a lot.
Quite a lot of yes.
We've got
variety.
Cousins Maine lobsters, so that they do all kinds of dishes with lobsters, like kind of like a po' boy kind of thing, I think.
Yes, I've had those.
They have their own clam chowder. I think they actually drive from Maine or something like that. I think that's what I'm hearing.
They drive all the way from Maine.
Yeah,
Maine, California. It's just not very far away. But it's fascinating. The kind of gourmet truck is such an American thing. You're not walking into Crystal but you're getting maybe the same taste buds.
Yeah.
It's a burgeoning industry, and like you said, they are gourmet food trucks, and the food is spectacular there. We also have a beer garden for adults, and we are going to have a lot of activities for children as well, for them to create art and just participate in some of the participatory vendors that are there. So
Good. So you were walking down the street one day. I know his family. They're kind of like the starters of it all.
Yeah.
And not all, but I mean they took it up and ran with it.
Yeah.
It's quite a wonderful event. We never even said where it is, by the way.
we said Fremont Park on the corner of Q and 16th.
Q and 16th. I know it.
Yes.
It's been there for a long time too.
Yes, and one thing that people don't realize, it seems generally, about Chalk It Up is that we're not only providing this free festival, this arts and music festival, at one time a year. Throughout the year, the board and many volunteers are out in the community helping to raise funds for us to then provide that money back in the form of mini grants to youth arts programs in our region.
Right. I forgot about that.
Yes.
Let's have a look at some slides, and we'll come back and we'll talk
Sure.
about that and how the artists are supported.
Okay.
So let's have a look at this little slideshow. I don't know if it's a silent slideshow. If it is, there's no speaker behind it. You can narrate.
Okay.
Okay, there. So here's the, we call it the beautiful poster for this year, and they're different every year. Okay, what's
Some
this?
of our beautiful artwork there from last year, just the colors popping out. And yeah, that beautiful chalk pastel that we have to buy there at our merchandise tent is also available. Yeah, just some of these colors that come out are absolutely amazing. And the artists are of all different skill levels. Some of them are very well known in the community, and others, they just love art. Sometimes families will sponsor the sidewalk squares and have their children come out, and they have a great time creating the art and listening to the music. So yeah, just a small
Those
sample.
look like kind of ads for the Arts Commission and and a number of it. So you can actually have a theme. You, meaning you, can support an artist out there, right?
That's right. Yeah, if you just go to our website, chalkitup.org, you can sponsor a square, you can sign up to be a vendor, you can sign up to volunteer. We do still need volunteers for the festival itself for all 3 days. So if anyone would like to contribute or see, some of the behind-the-scenes action of how we run this festival, please feel free to go to chalkitup.org and sign up.
Yep, there it is. You can see it right on the screen there. Labor Day weekend, but you can sign up early in advance so people can give you a job that's commensurate with your own skill.
That's right.
But I'm a policeman. Why?
You'll be well matched, we promise.
Yeah, sure. So I think it's a wonderful, fascinating thing, and there's something for everyone. Craft vendors. We didn't talk about the jewelry and the kinds of things that you can buy.
Amazing.
So there are actually craft vendors there
Many,
who
yes.
make things, and
Yes.
so this is like an early day, early Christmas shopping.
That's right.
Get in. All right.
That's right.
Now,
yeah.
we people think way in advance. Well, not for this year. No, I've already bought that.
Hey, they have stuff out there for your birthdays, for any event. There are amazing local crafters and artists that are vendors with us every year. So, and new ones are coming in every year too. So there's going to be a lot to see, a lot of performances as well, spontaneously happening throughout the park.
Tell me about that.
Well, we have a couple of organizations that are dance groups that they provide some resources to specific groups of people, and so they're going to come out and show us what they can do.
All of a sudden, start dancing down the sidewalk.
Yeah, it'll be a surprise. So every day there will be something new. So.
I don't see. It's very interesting. Every day there's something new. So, but if I come onto your website, at the Chalk It Up website, can I get a sense of what's going to happen on the weekend?
Yes, you can, definitely.
Yeah. I don't think it's up yet, but we will be posting all the bands soon on the website.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
This is good. But you also post the food truck?
I don't think we actually post the food trucks, but you can come and check them out.
Okay. I'm still coming anyway because...
You have to come, right?
Yeah, sure. My wife says you have to come. Okay, well, this is all kind of wonderful and leading to the fact that it is free.
Yes.
But if you want to volunteer and if you want to make donations, there's a lot of organizations that have made donations. If you are part of an organization,
that's right.
You might want to make it happen. You can.
It's a great way to advertise your business or any sort of event that you're trying to promote. Just to have the artist, put your logo on the square for you.
Absolutely.
And, yeah.
Or to have a little kind of logo design like we saw there.
Yes.
With the Arts Commission, and that's its logo type, and that's quite. Somebody did a really great job.
Yes.
So, how did you become involved in all of this? Were you just like walking down the street and thought, chalk, why is this in my mind?
No, actually, I heard about it through Christian Brothers High School, where one of our art teachers, Robin Slakey, was on one of the original board members for Chalk It Up.
And Mary Westmark.
So she did a mini Chalk It Up festival at our school, and through interacting with her and finding out more through her, then I became a chalk muralist. Every year, and also at events throughout the year, because we do attend events for children like Fairy Tale Town, and Crocker Art Museum has block parties that are safe environments for kids to come out and kind of interact with each other, and so we like to come out and let them do interactive art. So it just kind of, it's just passion for me to give back to the community, and all of our volunteers are very passionate about bringing art back to youth, since funding is often cut for that. So so we are fundraising pretty much throughout the year, not only through our Square sponsorships and our vendors and our merchandise sales, but just donations from the community throughout the year keep us going.
So while people are taking down that information off the slide, tell me about the mini grant business and how you turn some of the money you give away to the artists.
Sure. So anyone can go to our website, chalkitup.org, and apply for one of these mini grants. They're usually in the amount of $500, and we just ask...
not so many.
Not so many. I mean, you can buy a lot of clay and a lot of paint or a lot of paper with that. You can do a lot. And yeah, we'll quarterly we review all of the grants applications we receive, and so we do issue them seasonally, this past year we've awarded 5 grants so far to Washington Elementary School, Natomas Charter School, Silver Orange, one of the few all-ages music venues in Sacramento, and 2 Rivers Elementary, El Camino High School.
That's
just
great.
A sample. And then in previous years, we've awarded more, like 10 per year.
I want to thank you both for coming.
Thank
you. You did good. Thank you, Eli. Thank you, my lady.
Thank you.
All right, okay, Chalk It Up. These are the people from Chalk It Up, and you can see them walking around there, but you could also see great art. We'll see you next week with a new show called LiveWire. And look at this lovely poster. See you then. Bye.